Hey guys, as always, thanks for stopping by. Should you open carry in public? Plus, some of your comments that need to be handled today. Let's talk about that. Holy cow, I announced my new partnership with Shall Not Comply on Sunday, and the hats sold out in 2 hours flat. There's more coming, but geez, you people rock. Now, last week they let me create my own shirts, and what did I do? Of course, from my cold, dead hands. Available now. There's, of course, a link down below, and you can find them at shallnotcomply.com. Okay, we need to set something straight and have a conversation about open carrying firearms. I've been doing this a long time, and by now, y'all know where I stand. Most of you do. And I interact in the comment section and over on Instagram enough to know where I think a lot of y'all stand. I'm not a big fan of boxes. Like people say, hey, are you a Republican or a Democrat? Like all you need to know about me is to put me in one of those two boxes and that will tell you all that you need to know? Yeah, no. I reject that flatly. I think people are more nuanced and complicated than that. I have mixed feelings on a lot of topics. Example, the older I get, the more that I have mixed feelings on how we do capital punishment in this country. For some crimes, and I won't even mention those out loud, but you know what I'm talking about. Those guys, and it's always men, if they're guilty, they need to die right now. Firing squad literally out behind the courthouse, and I do mean that. But there's a lot of cases, probably most, that I don't feel good about capital punishment. Leaving them on death row for 20 years. I've got mixed feelings in that area. Maybe not just about capital punishment, but how we do capital punishment in this country. It's complicated, but there's some other areas that I have a clear and definite stance on that I will not negotiate, not up for discussion. One is the font Comic Sans. If you use that font, we are not friends. And if I get an email in Comic Sans, y'all think I'm kidding, I'm not. I will send that email back to the sender and have them fix it before I'll even read it. Comic Sans is a hill that I'm willing to die on. Now again, I don't like boxes or labels, but if you really want to put a label on me, call me a constitutionalist. Everything that we need to have to navigate the structure building of a society is within that document. Personal freedoms, protection from foreign entities like those jackwagons to our north. And the Bill of Rights is, in the words of Bill and Ted, righteous. So the other day I suggested that if you want to help our cause as advocates of the Second Amendment, that you should maybe not open carry your AR in a restaurant just to be provocative. That's lame, and you're a child. I also said that you shouldn't be a mall ninja, meat-headed, open carry, Punisher skull guy. And I stand by that. You've seen those guys who gear up, and this is important. They only gear up for the express reason of being provocative and showing off their gun. That's lame, and it's a bad idea, and it doesn't help our cause. Now, most of y'all found that reasonable. And then the comments started rolling in that I was not an advocate of the Second Amendment, that I was against gun rights. And my favorite was Kevin, who said, Johnny is trying to suppress your rights. Drama Llama, go!
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
All right, back in the Stone Ages in college, an old professor I had, he told me that other than the hard sciences and math, all questions can be answered with 2 words, it depends. What do you wear to a job interview? Well, it depends. It depends on a lot of things. So the question for today is, should you open carry your everyday firearm? Well, it depends. Every area of the country is different, and within that area, your day-to-day life is different from other folks. If you're on a ranch working in Wyoming and the cultural norm in that community is that everybody carries a varmint gun on their hip, and when you stop to eat lunch somewhere that a gun is literally not even noticed, well, that's one thing. But if you're in a community where you can live literally 20 years and not see a Glock on someone's belt outside of law enforcement, maybe. Maybe there's no reason to strap a Desert Eagle to your skinny jeans just because you want to make a statement and to be provocative and to try to get a reaction, you child. Now, don't start typing yet. For the record, carry everywhere. Exercise your rights. Follow the laws. Train and be safe. Keep your permit active, but carry everywhere. Again, if you're going to run to the farm and garden store and you're strapped up with your work gun, that's different out in the county than maybe taking your kids to the movies while wearing a full battle rig. This is clearly not a black and white issue, case by case, and it depends. Now let me throw this at you. In a lot of places of life, just because you can doesn't mean you should. This summer at the beach, you can wear a banana hammock. It's within the bounds of law. Should you? A lot of states, including mine, you can open carry, but should you on a day-to-day basis? Especially if you're in town or at work and around people that just aren't comfortable. Maybe, and I hope this isn't too much, but maybe concealed carrying in 2020 is a great option. I know it's crazy talk. Again, I just think a full kit in Target is not helping. But in balance, I had one viewer on Sunday say that he's open carried for years and years without a problem. He always wears dress clothes, and he doesn't wear a Death to Infidels shirt, and he's literally never had a problem. It works for him in a respectful way, and I'm fine with that. Now, we're right now in the golden age of CCW. We've got more subcompact options than ever before, higher capacities than ever before, better holsters for all body shapes than ever before. Listen, if all guns were the size, literally every gun was the size of a 50-gallon drum, and the only way to exercise your Second Amendment rights was to open carry that thing out in public, this would be a different conversation. But in today's society, with today's technologies, you can protect your family quietly and discreetly. And I think in a lot of communities, that's probably a great option to consider. But again, carry everywhere. So to Kevin and the guys, all those guys that said, oh, Johnny's suppressing your rights, I say, LOL. From me, as always, absolutely no compromise on the Second Amendment. None. Exercise your rights. Defend your freedoms. I won't back down from those or Comic Sans. But I do think that we should absolutely be smart about how we go about carrying. This one, probably not in public. On another episode, we're going to talk about being a gray man. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. As always, the comments go right down below. And also, as always, from my cold, dead hands. And I mean that. Thanks for stopping by. See ya.